It is July 1st. I'm headed to go get a new phone. Happy Disability Pride Month. Let me update you on the past week. So the 23rd, I spent most of the day working on book edits. Monday, had a couple calls. Tuesday kind of felt like back-to-back calls, and I didn't end up finishing the book edits on that Sunday. I spent that time working on reviewing the book. Wednesday the 26th, I got invited to this event at YouTube, this YouTube policy education event. And then there was lunch, and originally I was thinking maybe I would head out to Anaheim for VidCon because I was speaking there and wanted to make the most of my time there. But I spent most of Tuesday working on edits and I didn't finish, so Wednesday was my day to finish those. And I finished them, which also meant that I could be more present at VidCon. Thursday, the 27th, I got up early to go to VidCon. I took public transit there. I was pretty impressed with myself. I caught one session on membership communities and then spent the rest of the time grabbing some swag, catching up with friends. And the whole thing kind of seemed pretty overwhelming to me. VidCon is kind of like the biggest gathering of the creator economy. And one of my friends, Avi, who I have known through this community I'm in called Global Shapers, ended up putting a panel together called Changing Faces of the Creator Economy and asked me to be a part of the panel, which I was very grateful for. So that gave me a speaker badge, which gave me access to different lounges and stuff. Grabbed a bunch of goodies at the convention center and then headed over to the Hyatt. There were lounges and goodies over there too. There were a bunch of different events that were happening that night. I felt like I went party hopping a little bit. First, we ended up accidentally at this Roblox party, but one of my creator friends, Sean Does Magic, was hosting an event right next door, so we stopped by his event. And then I headed to this Asian creators dinner hosted by Jerry. Right before that, there was also an AAPI creators happy hour that I got to catch the tail end of. Did all of that. The dinner was really nice too. And then I decided I was gonna go to the TikTok party. I got there maybe around 10 or so, and they had a bag policy that you can only bring one bag in. And since I had gotten all this swag, they wouldn't let me in. So I kind of just stood outside for maybe 30 minutes before heading home. And one thing that I did is decided not to stay in Anaheim, so I was commuting from LA. So I got home pretty late that night. And then on Friday morning, Friday was my talk. So Friday morning, one of my friends had invited me to this workout class. She is the founder of Equipped, which has been very helpful on my fitness journey. And I went to the workout. And then I think I got home maybe around noon and then was trying to figure out if I was going to be able to get to Anaheim in time for my 2:45 talk. Started to make my way over. Figured I would try to make my way as far on public transit as I could and then hop into a ride share. So I did that. I think the furthest out I got was Norwalk. But it also ended up I think it would have cost me $60 if I had gone straight from here, and then by the time I got out to Norwalk it was less than $20. We always love a good deal. But I literally got to my panel 3 minutes before it was about to start. The panel was good, and then I headed over to the YouTube AAPI creator meetup. Went straight from there to this Modern Day Wife event, Soiree and Blanc. This is probably my 4th or 5th event with Modern Day Wife, and they have a bunch of influencer co-hosts and different booths there. But the cool thing was I had actually gotten selected to receive a pair of shoes from this Australian brand called Frankie 4. So I've got a new pair of summer shoes. And then I got there maybe around 7, and they weren't giving out the goodie bags until 9. So I ended up deciding to take a last minute trip to San Francisco, and the flight I got was maybe 10:30 or so p.m. So I went back home, and then I realized that A couple of my friends who had been at the event a little bit earlier ended up leaving a box for me at the front desk. So I went home to go get packed, and then I felt kind of bad, so I felt like I needed to go stop by again to go grab that box. And then while I was there, I was kind of just like, I might as well see if I can get my goodie bag. So I got the box, I got the goodie bag, tried to stuff everything into my luggage, flew to San Francisco. I got in like around 12:30 or so, and I got to San Francisco around 1. And then Saturday decided to go out to Dolores Park. It was actually Pride. It was totally packed. It was interesting because it kind of felt like Where's Waldo? It was so packed. It was kind of like out of control. On our way back, I ended up coming across like this woman who had set up some coat racks on the sidewalk just selling jewelry and clothes. So I have now added a white denim jacket to my collection. And it was pretty chill. Sunday was also relatively relaxed. I decided to fly back around like 5:30 or so. And that was the day of the Pride Parade, so there's a little bit of traffic, but I kind of like a little spontaneous trip. I think I got back to my place around 9 or so. But now I'm going to pick up a new phone. I'm on a family plan, so they ended up transitioning my information over, so my phone isn't working. I'm kind of looking forward to this week to be like a little bit of a slower week because I am still in my perpetual catch-up era. I feel like pretty behind, but I do feel hopeful that this week I'll be able to catch up. I know some people are like taking the whole week off, so that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm glad I got to be at VidCon and I got to speak at VidCon. That was my first experience doing that. I got to see so many friends and just a really cool experience for creators and people who are in the creator economy. That's all I got, and hopefully at my next update I can tell you that I'm all caught up.